The journey north took 3 long days. We drove along crumbling highways. The sky above us, an unnerving, perfect blue. The world felt cleansed. That sweet, sickly smell of decay was gone, replaced by the scent of rich soil of life, returning. Every so often, I'd see pale white fungi tracing patterns along the roadside, like tiny, Libyan rivers. It was a constant reminder. The network was still out there, watching, cleaning up the toxic mess the old world left behind. Victor Droba, the tension finally gone from his face. Maya sat beside me, her gaze lost in the passing scenery. The silence that filled the truck was different now. It wasn't born of fear, but of contemplation, of what lay ahead. "Do you think they'll believe us?" Maya finally broke the silence, her voice barely a whisper. I took a breath. "No," I admitted, the word hanging heavy in the air. "They'll be afraid, angry. They might even try to kill us, but we have to try." We reached the settlement by late afternoon. It was nestled in a small valley, a collection of makeshift wooden houses and carefully tended gardens, all surrounded by watchtowers and fences. It was a picture of life, of order, and of deep-seated fear. Our truck rumbled to a stop at the entrance. Guards with rifles leveled at us, their eyes filled with suspicion. "We come in peace," Victor yelled, raising his hands high. "We bring important information." They escorted us, under heavy guard, to their leader. She was a woman named Elena, her face defined by a long, jagged scar across her cheek and eyes that missed nothing. Her office was a chaotic mess of maps and old radio equipment. "We know about the research station," she said, her voice as cold as steel. "And we know Black Tide started there. So who are you? Runaways or carriers?" I stepped forward, trying to keep my voice steady. "My name is Leo. I'm a biologist. This is Maya and Victor. We're not infected. We bring an opportunity." I laid it all out for her. The fall of the station, the awakening of the network, its incredible offer of coexistence. I showed her the data we'd managed to salvage from Project Chimera. I even explained my connection, my role. As the bridge, the reaction was exactly what I'd braced for. First disbelief, then laughter, then outright outrage. "You expect us to believe that a pile of mold has a mind of its own and wants peace?" One man shouted, his face red with anger. "He's infected. It's a trick." Elena raised a hand, and the room fell silent. Her sharp eyes bored into me. "You said you can communicate with it. Prove it." This was it. The moment everything hinged on. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and reached out with my mind. I didn't have to reach far. I could feel its presence, always listening. I sent a single, simple request. "Show them." The minutes stretched into an eternity of tense silence. Then, a frantic shout erupted from outside. "Come look at this!" We all rushed out into the fading light. On the hills surrounding the valley, small white mushrooms were sprouting from the earth. But they weren't growing randomly. They were forming a deliberate, intricate pattern, a symbol everyone recognized. An olive branch, the ancient emblem of peace. A wave of stunned silence washed over the entire settlement. People just stared, their faces a mixture of fear and awe. This was no trick of the light, no coincidence. It was a message. Elena turned back to me, her voice no longer cold, but steady and measured. "What else can it do?" "Many things," I replied, feeling a surge of hope. "It can restore poisoned soil, purify contaminated water, and even repel the mutated wildlife. In return, it asks only for respect. Certain lands must remain untouched, left for it to heal. And if we refuse," she pressed, "then it will leave you to fend for yourselves," I said honestly. "But you'll be facing this wild, reborn world alone. And if you attack it, it will defend itself. I can't stop that." Elena's gaze drifted toward the glowing hills, where the symbol of peace still shone under the twilight sky. She looked at the tired, fearful faces of her people, at the small children clutching their parents' legs. "We'll discuss it," she said finally, her expression unreadable. "You can stay the night under watch." They gave us a small tent for the night. The next morning, as the sun crested the mountains, Elena returned. "We'll agree to a test," she announced. Her tone, all business. "There's a field nearby, poisoned by industrial waste years ago. Nothing grows there. If your network can heal it in 1 month, we'll reconsider your proposal." I nodded and relayed the message into the quiet space of my mind, and then we waited. That month was a test of its own. We worked alongside the settlers, slowly, painstakingly building trust. I used what I'd learned from the network to help in their gardens, showing them ways to improve their crop yields. Maya put her skills to use, treating the sick and injured. Victor, with his knack for mechanics, got old machines humming back to life. Then the day came. Elena gathered her council, and together we all walked to the poisoned field. What we saw left us breathless. The barren, black earth was gone. In its place was a lush carpet of green grass and vibrant wildflowers. At the edges of the field, the white mushrooms stood like silent sentinels before slowly withering away, their monumental task complete. No one spoke. They didn't need to. The impossible truth was growing right there in front of them. Elena turned to me, and for the first time, I saw a flicker of warmth in her eyes. "We accept the offer." And just like that, a pact was made. Not one written on paper, but one forged in the hearts of survivors and sealed by a shared hope for the future. We stayed for a while longer, helping them establish the new rules of this world. How to recognize the network's sacred zones, how to live alongside this powerful new life form safely and respectfully. But I knew my mission wasn't over. There were other settlements out there, other survivors. Some were huddled in fear, while others were likely sharpening their weapons, preparing for a war they couldn't win. One morning, as we stood by the truck preparing to leave, Maya's voice was soft. "Are you sure about this, Leo? It'll be dangerous." "I know," I said, looking out at the horizon. "But if we don't do this, this fragile piece we've built will crumble. I have two. We have two." Victor broke the somber mood with a wide grin, clapping me on the shoulder. "Then what are we waiting for? The world needs to hear the story of a crazy biologist turned fungus whisperer." We climbed back into the truck. As we rolled past the settlement gates, I looked back one last time. Elena and her people were there, waving farewell. And on the hills, a new band of white mushrooms had grown, curved gently as if waving goodbye right back at us. I was no longer just Leo, the survivor. I was the bridge, a bearer of understanding, an architect of a future where differences weren't something to be feared, but to be honored. The road ahead was long and filled with uncertainty. But as I saw Maya's hopeful smile and heard Victor humming a cheerful tune behind the wheel, I knew we weren't alone. The old world was dead and gone, but from its ashes, something new, something strange, fragile, but beautiful was taking root. And we, the seed-bearers, would protect it with everything we had. As our truck disappeared over the horizon, a final thought echoed in my mind. It wasn't my own. It was the network's voice, no longer a threat or a command, but a simple, profound promise. Together, we grow. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. See you in the next episode.